Hello, Beer Choir fans. How you doing? It's nice to see everybody tonight. It's 8 o'clock Central. It's 6 o'clock out on the West Coast. And I have a very, very fine beer drinking singer with me tonight. This is Steve Zilke. Say hi, Steve. How you doing?
Oh, it's great to be here, Adam. Thank you for the invitation. Hanging out with the good people your way.
Here, here. Thank you very much. Let's have a sip of our beers. We clink them and we drink them. And Steve, what are you drinking tonight?
Clink. Well, I am drinking a Zogelhaus Ale. A Portland brewery makes a really nice German Pilsner, if you're into that sort of thing.
Fantastic. Okay, Zogelhaus. I like it.
Zogelhaus, yeah.
Very excellent German pronunciation, Steve. Very excellent. Very good. I am having just a pretty standard, and I dropped the can because that's what I did. I'm having Grain Belt Northeast, a Minneapolis favorite here. Here's my can. Grain Belt Northeast. This is what we do up here in the northern part of Minnesota, so this is where we're at. And Steve, why are you drinking a Portland beer? Are you possibly from the West Coast?
Well, I didn't grow up here, but it's true. I do live in Oregon now and have for the last 21 years, and live right in the middle of the Willamette Valley in a place called Corvallis.
Corvallis. Oh, so many good jokes about Corvallis. Cornvallis. See, I'm an Oregon kid, Eugene, Oregon kid. So
that's right, Corn Vegas, heart of the valley, and Calvallis.
I love it. See, you're already set. You understand all the jokes already. You get it. You're good to go. Well, we get to do some singing tonight. We haven't been on in a little while, so prost to everybody out there who's joining us again. I know you all kind of pop in as we go, but we, of course, start with the Beer Choir theme song every time. And very simply, let me add this in. Here we go. Let's start from the beginning. The Beer Choir theme song. Here we go, everyone. Here's our first note. The beer choir is the choir that sings while drinking beer. The beer choir is the choir that sings while drinking beer. The beer choir is the choir that sings while drinking beer. So bottoms up, cheers. Let's sing while drinking beer. One more time, everybody. Prost. Really well done. Excellent work. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. That's what I forgot to do at the beginning. Here we go, everyone. Here we go. And 1, 2, and... The beer choir is the choir that sings while drinking beer. The beer choir is the choir that sings while drinking beer. The beer choir is the choir that sings while drinking beer. So bottoms up, cheers! Sing while drinking beer. And prost, everybody. Nice work. Excellent work. We're here. We're ready. We're ready to drink some beer and sing tonight. How's everybody doing out there, out in internet land? We are so grateful for everybody checking in. It's been 2 weeks, Steve, since I've had a chance to do a Beer Choir event, and I'm so glad you're doing it tonight. It's way too long. So we'll have another clink. And clink and drink, everybody. Very good. So our first chat question, while I bring in some comments here, just to make sure everybody's paying attention. What is your favorite out there? Your favorite West Coast IPA? Your favorite kind of standard West Coast IPA to be drinking on a hot summer day? Steve, do you have some West Coast IPAs you want to share with us?
Well, I am sorry to say I am not an IPA specialist, but my wife, however, my spouse is a lover of all things IPA, and I think a good Boneyard is what she's going to go for every time.
Very good. The Bend, Oregon Brewery, Boneyard, fantastic. It's really solid. I like it. A Boneyard IPA is pretty hard to beat. All right, everybody out there, tell us what your favorite IPA is, and we'll pop those into the comments. I love it. I want to hear what your favorite West Coast IPA. You know, Steve, out here we have Surly Brewing, which is kind of the big guy in Minnesota, and they made a beer called the Overrated, and it's based on the idea of an overrated West Coast IPA, and I think it's a bit hard as a West Coaster myself, but it's a damn good beer.
We think so much of us. We don't mind when people make fun of us.
See, I'm glad you have that attitude because you're an Oregon State Beaver, and that is very important. You are the Reeser Professor of Choral Music at Oregon State University. Reeser being the family that owns the potato salad and the naming rights for the stadium for the university, Oregon State University football team. And that's about as far as I'm going to take that joke, just to stay, in the good zeal. But so tell us a little bit, Steve, about Oregon State and what this summer has been like for you.
Well, I must say, I have never been at home as much. In fact, I think I have spent more time in my house in the last 6 months than I have in the first 21 years here. I mean, when you look at my poor dog, and the dog is like, Sophie's like, are you still here? Don't you leave? And of course, the cat has completely given up. It doesn't understand. So it's been great, though. You know, we have a daughter or Rachel, my wife and I, Nicola, have a daughter, Rachel. She's 18. And so I don't know how Rachel has enjoyed seeing us this much, but it's been wonderful to have the family together.
I feel the exact same. It's been a lot of family time, but that's a good thing. You know, if you like your family for the most part. I certainly wish my 6-year-old would be a bit more independently minded and go play outside and leave dad to work just a little bit, but that's just okay for right now. It's all good. Oh yeah, we don't have a ton of comments today. I love it. It's going to kind of taking it easy. We've been out of the space for 2 weeks in a row. We tried last week to do a recording from a machine shed in Staples, Minnesota, up in the woods, where the Staples area men's chorus was doing a first rehearsal in this machine shed, and it was great. And it didn't take because we were out in the machine shed and the internet was not super happy. But the rehearsal was awesome. So that was a lot of fun. So that's why we were away for a bit.
Socially distanced then? So how many were in the rehearsal?
About 28 guys. And
it was
a big, huge 3,800 square foot machine shed that opened up fully on one side, and then the other side opened up as well. And it was great. Socially distanced. Everyone wore a mask, and they actually sang for about 90 minutes. It was fantastic.
Well, my heart would just be crushed to hear that. That would be so awesome. I in case we need it, I'm ready to go with the singer's mask.
Nice. You got your singer mask. I like it. It's got a little bit of extra bill. I like it.
It looks a little like the Oregon Ducks to me, so I'm a little uncomfortable.
I completely understand. I completely get it. See, Pete says that Todd the Axeman is his favorite kind of IPA, West Coast IPA. Todd the Axeman is a great beer, also by Surly, not overrated. But it's a very good beer. Peach Life, we have to talk very soon about how you can help out ACDA Minnesota coming up at the virtual state conference, just so you know. Peach Life is a fantastic choral conductor in the Twin Cities, so very good, Pete. Love it. All right, more singing, everyone. More singing. We get to hear Steve sing in just a bit, but I'm going to sing the next song. We're going to sing Ein Prosit der Gemütlichkeit. We're going to sing a great German song. And Steve, I might need your professorial German on this one. You've already given us a bit. So repeat, Steve, correct me if I'm wrong, but repeat after me, everybody. Ein Prosit.
Ein Prosit.
Ein Prosit der Gemütlichkeit.
Ein Prosit der Gemütlichkeit.
There you go. Very nice. I like the very fantastic umlaut on there. Gemütlichkeit. Yeah, so you got to lean into it. Exactly. So everyone knows how this one goes. Pretty simple, really. From the beginning, everyone. Here's our first note. Bum, ba. There's our first interval. And 1, 2, 3. Ein Prosit, ein Prosit der Gemütlichkeit. Ein Prosit, ein Prosit der Gemütlichkeit. 1, 2, 3. Gesuffa! Very nice. And we go in English. Take a drink of your beer. Here's English. 1, 2, 3. A toast, raise a toast to finest health and life. A toast, raise a toast to finest health and life. Tiggy, tuggy, tiggy, tuggy, oi, oi, oi. Tiggy, tuggy, tiggy, tuggy, oi, oi, oi. Prost, prost. Prost, everybody. Very good job. Nice work. Let's go back to the beginning and we sing that one more time. This is the great part, Steve. I love when we get to ask people to sing twice because then we go a little bit faster. All right, everybody in German. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Ein Prosit, ein Prosit der Gemütlichkeit. Ein Prosit, ein Prosit der Gemütlichkeit. 1, 2, 3. Gesuffa. Guzzle your beer. Mm-hmm. In English, 1, 2, 3. A toast, raise a toast to finest health and life. A toast, raise a toast to finest health and life. Tiggy tuggy, tiggy tuggy. Oi, oi, oi. Tiggy tuggy, tiggy tuggy. Oi, oi, oi. Prost, prost, prost. Oh, clink 'em and drink 'em, everybody. Very nice work. Excellent job, y'all. This is great. I love how we're kind of finding a nice solid way through. This is great. It's nice to kind of get back on the horse here. All right, we got a bunch more to come, and Steve is about to lead a song here in a little while, which is going to be fantastic. But first, I get to ask you, Steve, a couple more questions. So I'm curious how all this stuff has shifted your work as a college professor in the summertime, and maybe even before, and what the fall is going to look like for you. Give us a rundown of how you're responding to pandemic.
Well, all of us came down right in the middle of March. In fact, we were at Northwest Region ACDA, and we quit the conference in the middle. We sent the honor choirs home on the second day. In fact, I was doing a session on the role of informal singing, actually, and my session was set for 8 o'clock on Friday morning, so there was excellent attendance. You could feel the ACDA attendance just fade away during the conference as kids were and directors were taken home. So when we got back, we had 1 week before our third term started. On the Northwest, a lot of the universities are on the term system, and that means we do 3 terms of 10 weeks and then some finals week. And so we had to do an entire term online with basically 1 week of preparation. So we weren't awesome, but we were something, and we did our best, and we took care of kids, and we hope to give them a good experience. So right now, my big project is, for the first time in my life, I'm teaching a graduate choral conducting course, 100% online. And I told the kids, I know, right? I told the kids, I said, we used to say this couldn't be done, and now we say this can't be done well. So, we're studying Dan Forrest's Requiem to the Living, which I think will work well. I think it's a real accessible piece, and I've been working with the kids' technology, and so we're right in the middle of it. And I'm hopeful that they're going to get a great experience from it, and it's going to be different. And it's pushing me to think about what do we teach when we teach conducting, and how can I translate that? That's. My life is like everybody else. Occasionally people say, how you're doing? I said, well, I'm a choir director who no longer conducts choirs.
I feel the exact same way.
Everyone cringed out there. They're like, yeah, that's me too.
It's terrible. I have 1 choir left under my kind of purview, with beer choir being mostly online right now. And all of a sudden, my church choir, we finally met for the first time, not in rehearsal, but just to get together last week. And it was very uplifting to see everybody. And I could see every single face just looking at me like, when can we go and get together? And it just felt terrible. I said, I'm a choir director without a choir to direct right now.
So here's the thing, Adam, that I think is fascinating. We have always said, here and then, he said, well, if you took choir away, the world wouldn't be the same. I mean, never in a million years did we think that that could happen. Right. that choir would literally disappear from the earth. I mean, we thought it meant like so-and-so lost their job at the middle school. No, choral music has stopped. And in my heart, I believe that when we sing again, that there will be a greater appreciation for this corporate singing than we have ever had before. And until then, we suffer and we drink.
Yes, we drink. So a follow-up question to that, Pete has a great question here. Will you have any time in person for your conducting students? So the way along with that.
Yeah. So there's no in-person, meaning I'm not with them, but I divided up the classes meeting with me personally, one-on-one, and they get 2 sessions a week. And then we have class time, and I've kind of broken it up into specific disciplines that I'm wanting them to work on, like melding, using different articulations in the pattern, and some of these kind of things, what I think that can push them forward, even if it's not an ideal situation. So we'll see. I hope that they got right.
Yeah, that's tricky. Good question, Steve. Okay, so you mentioned when we get back to singing together a little bit, that's going to be such a sweet moment. What is the piece that you're looking forward to conducting first?
So, a former student of mine and a component know is Joshua Rist. Grew up homeschooled in the Willamette Valley and got a State University. And he just wrote a piece about a year ago called National ACDA years ago. So 1 year ago, or a year, whatever, year and a half ago. And the text is so perfect. And we put out a virtual choir piece of it during spring term. The first piece we'll sing, and then we will weep.
Yep, I hear you completely. That is exactly the right one. It's a beautiful piece. There's so much to think about with all these possible coming back moments. Coming back. So my one of my questions was, what when you have a chance to introduce a piece for the first time to your college choir, let's say college choir. What is the most exciting piece for you to watch them get, like really kind of wrap their brains around, where they hear it and they think, oh my gosh, this is absolutely amazing? And what's the one that you enjoy seeing the light bulb come on the most?
I think the great thing for that question is really anything that has kind of a great contrapuntal kind of framework to it, because it's so difficult to sing. The kids get lost, but when it locks in, like the Bach motets, I mean, even the non-Bach motet, the Lobet den Herren, which is such a beautiful piece, or God help us, the Singet den Herren, when they start to hear those individual lines and they begin to see their piece of that, I think that is some of the greatest learning that happens in that.
Fabulous. Do you have a particular motet that you love to do straight away with a group?
Well, I love the Jesu meine Freude. I got to tell you, there's something about that piece.
Yeah.
That beginning, it's so hard. I mean, yeah.
I think the most accessible one of those, and I'm going to go out on a limb here. I had a chance to sing all of them, and I prefer actually like an initial learning phase of Der Geisthift. Number 6.
Oh, Der Geisthift is so beautiful. I think I agree. And is that 8-part or is that 5-part? I think
that's
8-part.
It's just 5-part, and it's a little
parts.
bit more accessible, in that way.
So it doesn't have the double choir, yeah.
Right. Which is no, it doesn't have double choir faction. No, it's just kind of as is. But
so that's a little quicker. Fun.
Yep, yeah. I love it. We had a chance. My very first kind of entree into singing all that was singing Fürchte dich nicht in college with the St. Olaf Choir, and it was like, what is happening? This is bananas. I was a sophomore in college. I did not have any clue what was going on, and we just killed it. It was just amazing.
We were working on Singet den Herren, and we had Anton out to do a festival, and he worked with the chamber choir on like Wednesday night or whatever when he came in. And I had worked it so hard, and I knew Anton was coming, and I wanted him to be impressed because Anton. And I'll never forget, he went in there and he did something, and they sang a little lighter, and it just locked into place. And every face, and I kind of felt bad in a way because I was like, what? And then I was like, and they got it. They got it completely. And it was it was really and it danced like Anton can do.
Mm-hmm.
So it was really wonderful.
It's quite an amazing experience to sing Bach with him. I tell you, it's a thing. Well, we have another song coming up right here. Steve is about to take us through a fabulous version of What Shall We Do with the Drunken Sailor? So I will allow him to the reins to do that, which is just awesome. Steve, take it away. I'm going to put up this one right here and then get rid of myself.
Excellent. Well, our first pitch is going to be what? And we'll start it off at kind of a moderate tempo, and then we'll pick it up as we go. Here we go. 1, 2, T. What shall we do with the drunken sailor? What shall we do with the drunken sailor? What shall we do with the drunken sailor early in the morning? Hooray, and up she rises. Hooray, and up she rises. Hooray, and up she rises early in the morning. Now let's do the second verse. Put him in the scuppers with the hose pipe on him. Put him in the scuppers with the hose pipe on him. Put him in the scuppers with the hose pipe on him early in the morning. Hooray, and up she rises. Hooray, and up she rises. Hooray, and up she rises early in the morning. All right, so the third verse, we're going to sing a little bit hushed because we're talking about the longboat till he's sober. We don't want to wake him up in a cool moment. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Put him in the longboat till he's sober. Put him in the longboat till he's sober. Put him in the longboat till he's sober. Like in the morning. Hooray, and up she rises. Hooray, and up she rises. Hooray, and up she rises. Hooray in the morning. Now a little bit quicker. 1, 2, T. Tie him by the legs in a run and bowline. Tie him in the legs in a run and bowline. Tying him in the legs in a run and bowline. Hooray in the morning. Hooray, and up she rises. Hooray, and up she rises. Hooray, and up she rises. Hooray in the morning. All right, for the fifth verse, make sure your glass is ready. We're going to wave it around, now not too vigorously, because if you spilled this in your keyboard, I am told that bad things can happen to the equipment. Here we go, the fifth verse. 1, 2, T. Soak him in the oil till he sprouts a flipper. Soak him in the oil till he sprouts a flipper. Soak him in the oil till he sprouts a flipper. Lie in the morning. Hurrah, and up she rises, hooray, and up she rises, hooray, and up she rises, hurrah in the morning. Take a drink.
Yes, Prost. Very great, Steve. Excellent work. See, we like to take that in the Twin Cities. We go with a nice kind of JV tempo, and then we go the varsity tempo.
Was I too fast? I thought maybe I was too fast at the beginning.
No, it was awesome. It was great. It was great.
Okay,
we enjoy it because we bring people up for to sing the solos on verses 2, 3, 4, and 5, and so it gives some people who may have had a couple of these already a chance to sing a little bit into a microphone, and we like to give them that nice easy tempo first. Soak him in oil till he spouts a flipper is great, but then when you really pick it up, soak him in oil till he spouts a flipper, soak him in oil till he spouts a flipper, it's really a lot of fun to see everybody tripping over themselves, and it's a great time. But the audience responds really well, so that's how it goes. We miss singing with all of our friends out there tons. We miss having events with all these people singing loudly around us. We just miss it a ton. So it is what it is. I know we're there, everybody, but yeah. Steve, what is your silver lining, your small silver lining about this whole pandemic situation? Aside, we talked about families, we talked about all that. What is your kind of behind the scenes silver lining?
Well, if I had to say professionally, is I've never thought this hard in a long time. What exactly do we teach? What are the values that we are pushing forward, and how do we do that in a new and different way? I mean, honestly, I think we are all going to be stronger through this, and I really believe that in my heart. This is good for us. It's not fun.
I love it. Great answer. I mean, that's fantastic. It's a great way to know that there are people who are really thinking about this. And Steve and I had a great chance to talk last week. Steve is doing a research project on some informal community singing, and he had a chance to ask myself and the Godfather, Mike Engelhardt, some questions about how beer choir operates. And we all, at least I'll speak for myself, I left really energized just talking to people who got it and really understand what it's all about. And so I appreciate that very much, Steve. I haven't formally thanked you, but it was really just a nice chance to chat, and it was great.
Delightful conversation. Thank you for that. In fact, I got a notification right during beer choir that the person who was doing the transcription of that, it was finished. So I'll look at it later.
Fantastic. Well, let us know and let us share that around when you put your full research together. We'd love to be able to do so. That's excellent.
Fantastic.
I got a bunch more songs for you, but I'm going to sing a tune now from another Northwest composer. Not necessarily a composer as much as a songwriter. He happens to be my cousin, which is fantastic. And he's a great guy, and he's written a couple of beer choir supplement tunes. And this one I really like, called I Drink. And so I'll sing the chorus, and then once you kind of get a picture of the chorus, feel free to join in and sing with me. But it starts very simply. This is a song by Ben Ireland, a great singer-songwriter who lives in Washington State. And this is a great tune. I enjoy a tall glass of beer, be it any old day of the week. And it's Sunday or Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday or Friday or Saturday. I drink, and I drink when it's rainy or snowing. and I drink when it's hot to cool off. And when sometimes I need to be social, I drink. I'll sit on this bar stool until I fall off. I adore a fine wine now and then, be it Cabernet or Merlot. If it sounds French, then fetch me the biggest glass you've got. To the top, please, and I'm good to go. To the chorus, and I drink when it's rainy or snowing. And I drink when it's hot to cool off. And when sometimes I need to be social, I drink. I'll sit on this bar stool until I fall off. I appreciate a shot of good whiskey, be it on the rocks or straight up. Make it a single, a double, or triple, or more. Just leave me the bottle, I'm getting messed up. And I drink when it's rainy or snowing. And I drink when it's hot to cool off. And when sometimes I need to be social, I drink. I'll sit on this bar stool until I fall off. Course again. And I drink when it's rainy or snowing. And I drink when it's hot to cool off. And when sometimes I need to be social, I drink. I'll sit on this bar stool until I fall off. Isn't that a great tune? It's just a fantastic little bit. We talked about it on the phone the other day, or maybe a month and a half ago, and he wrote us a tune right there. So we've got a whole new 6-song supplement for new beer choir tunes from my cousin Ben Ireland, who is a fabulous songwriter. I love that tune. It works so nicely. We're talking to everybody tonight. I love it. Carrie is here. I'm glad that she's around. Steve, Carrie is an unbelievable baker and often posts photos on the Beer Choir Twin Cities Facebook page of all of the amazing baked goods she decides to procure throughout the rest of pandemic stuff. So, Carrie, glad to see you. Very nice. I love it. We're getting some good comments, and it's been a little while since we've been on, so I understand that we're a little bit lighter tonight, and that's just how it is. But people pick up throughout the week, which is the best part about it. More singing, Steve. You got some more songs for us. I'm happy to share the spotlight a bit tonight, which is great. If you'd like, you can sing with me on this next tune. It's called "Good Beer." This is from our good friends down in the Cedar Rapids, Iowa beer choir chapter, and it's sung to the tune of Auld Lang Syne. So I'll allow you to pick a hymn tune or a part song to sing, and I'll sing the main melody, which is the top line. Everybody kind of knows the Auld Lang Syne tune, but we've given it some lyrics that are much, much simpler. I'll make this nice and big here. That'll be our first pitches. Here we go, everybody. Good beer, good beer,
good beer, good beer. You can have enough beer. Good beer, good beer, good beer. We love good beer. From stout lagers, IPAs, to Belgian pilsners, we love our friends. We love a good beer. Excellent work, Steve. Wow, fantastic. Well, nice job. Nice job on the bass. I love it. I almost solfeged it, but the words are too important. It's true. Solfege is, it's a great way to go. Yeah, exactly. You can go the Texas All-State route where if you don't know a note, you just don't sing it. That's you kind of go that route. You just cancel yourself. If you don't know a note of the Texas All-State, you're not there. Exactly. Just if you're not there, it's all good. Yeah, that's a fun tune. Our good friends down there, Amy Katsonis, who just got married. Happy congratulations to Amy on the wedding. She runs that chapter down there. We're so happy to have everybody around. You can never have enough great beer songs to the tune of Auld Lang Syne because nobody actually knows the real lyrics to Auld Lang Syne anyway, unless you've been singing Auld Lang Syne in a performance, for the last 18 years, like some folks have. We only know the first words. After we get past that, it's like da 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 da. We used to sing that tune back in the days of when Contus was working with All Is Calm, a wonderful show about the Christmas truce of 1914, and I have painful memories of having to start that in the clear
like after a big, huge speech by one of the actors, and I had to just stand there and give it about 8 beats. And then I had to start out of nowhere, and I had to find and I just am picking an F out of wherever it goes, and I do not have perfect pitch, but I usually got decently close every once in a while. Sometimes
close enough for jazz.
Well, close enough for jazz, or or a theater production that you never know what's going to happen. I tell you, Steve, I have asked you. Now this is on the spot. Do you have another song you would like to lead?
Well, I had not thought about another song. I'm a big fan of the catch, the little round. What is that in there? I'm kind of looking in your hymnal pretty quick here. That tis women makes us love.
Oh yes, absolutely. So
yeah,
it kind of takes a bunch of people.
Can you
together.
find that?
I love it. Yes.
Yeah. So you can do it, of course, 2 ways. You can sing it like a round. Mm-hmm. You can take the top one, or you can just sing the same one. It's a tricky thing because this actually requires us to be together. So maybe Adam, you can just follow me, okay? And I'll start it. And well, you're not a bass. It's that last line that we'll get in trouble on. I might have to take that up an octave.
We'll do what we got to do. No problem here. I've had a beer. I'm happy to go.
Right. And so those of you out in beer choir land, it is perfectly acceptable to grab a line that fits your voice part and just stick with that one. Adam and I are going to try to sing all 4 parts going through, and we'll find out which one of us have the low notes, not me on the last one. I should have thought of that before I picked this, but that's okay.
If the beer helps.
Here we go. Tis women, 1, 2. Tis women makes us love. Tis love that makes us sad. Tis sadness makes us drink.
Makes us mad, and drinking makes us mad.
So that was crazy because we really challenged the latency of the internet, but I thought that was pretty good. Of course, we'll see what people think in the comments. This is a piece that I did. I started an ensemble at Oregon State called the OSU Meister Singers. They had 15 guys in it our first term. Some of them could match pitch. Some of them could not. And eventually that group grew to be 80, 85 members. But we sang this the first term, and this became their kind of theme song.
I love it.
And we would do all sorts of kind of variations for it in performance and stuff. So
let's try that again, because I'm going to see if I can. I think if I jump a little bit, like just a hair of what you're doing, and take it up tempo. Tis women make bum 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 bum, and try that. Let's see if I can go behind you.
So our tempo, bum 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 bum, and 1 2 T, and tis women makes us love. Tis love that makes us sad. Tis sadness makes us drink. And drinking makes us mad.
And drinking makes us mad. That feels super weird.
It was fine with me. Were we together in your on your computer?
I was trying to jump it a little bit. I felt like it was kind of right there. This is a good one to like play with latency. Yeah. I think I like this. Having these rounds and these catches are really kind of a cool way to do it. The other way you do it is you just kind of be in an aleatoric fashion.
And the other thing to remember is if you drink enough, it'll be fine.
Yes, this is 100% true. 100% true. I tell you, that's great. Well, okay. The last question I've got for you, Steve. I asked you a couple of these other things. You're getting into this time when all things are new and happening. What do you like? Crystal ball time. when is it that we're going to have a chance to get back in touch with each other in live performance? I want to kind of prognosticate your idea of when the first real live performance with an actual audience will be.
So here's what I think. I think that the more we learn about this, the more we will find the margins of what we can do. And I think we've gotten a lot closer with that with these Colorado and Maryland, and we haven't got the thing from Colorado State yet. And there's been some other studies. But the more we learn where that line is, we will find a way to sing. It may be outdoors. It may be for outdoor concerts. It may be, but it's going to happen. And the interesting thing is, I think the technology is being pushed ahead. Latency is being worked on. So I think that by winter and spring, I think that we're going to find ways to sing together.
I agree completely. I think, yes, once we turn that corner into January, people are going to have some very interesting ideas about how to bring audience safely and choir safely together to do some sort of performance. I don't know that it'll be at Christmas, which will be very weird for a lot of people.
Yeah, we've canceled our Christmas concerts, and it's just, there's something about December which is too much to think for right now. But you know what? January is an open book still, and nobody here that conducts a choir is given up.
Great. That's fantastic. I love hearing all the positivity. It puts a smile on my face after, hand wringing and forehead gnashing with all this stuff. I appreciate the positivity. I'm going to shift our positivity slightly to say that I am now drinking a Two Towns cider, which is fantastic. Normally I don't drink a ton of cider, but this is a pineapple cider from Two Towns. And the reason I'm bringing this up today is because it is from Corvallis, Oregon, the home of cider and Oregon State University.
Go Beavs!
The hated Beavers. And I will show you my my University of Oregon near shrine right here. I'm going to go slowly in front of my face. So this is some real. Oh, there it is. Yes. Go ahead. Bring out the Beaver Troll. How appropriate, shall I say? And I've got the best gift my wife ever gave me was the fight song for the University of Oregon in a sheet music version. So this will be sitting right here underneath my chin for the next song, just so we can make sure that the Oregon O is predominant over the Oregon State Beaver OSU business. So, Steve, no more civil war between Oregon and Oregon State. No more civil war.
The name of our contest has been changed to be decided. Now it's just two towns or two universities that are pretty close together that don't always like each other.
I agree with that, and I've heard people say that they're wanting to call it the Platypus Bowl, and I will rebel against that with all of my heart and soul if I possibly can. I don't think that. The best one, honestly, that is taken already is good old-fashioned hate, Georgia and Georgia Tech. That's the best one. It doesn't get any better than that. Good old-fashioned hate, and that is exactly what Oregon State share. But I will say, I remember the last game we had in Corvallis, which was two seasons ago, and as I'm the voice of the OSU marching band, so I do the announcing for that. Oh, really?
It's actually it's one of my guilty pleasures. So I've announced in most of the stadiums in the Pac-12 and at one time or another, and and as I walked through the parking lot, every tailgate had Beavers and Ducks together. They probably were either colleagues at work or maybe family. And so people say it's hatred, but the hatred is pretty shallow, to be honest with you.
Agree.
This is family.
Exactly. We can all agree that everybody hates Washington. And my brother, I'm the black sheep of the family. I did not attend the University of Oregon. My father did. My brother graduated from the University of Oregon. And my brother also spent one ill-fated year at Oregon State University as a freshman.
Go Beavs.
Yeah, there it is. I tell you. All right, Steve. Well, we get out of here pretty quickly. We're going to sing 2 songs. We're going to sing. I'll get to find these now. We kind of a couple places. We're going to sing Finlandia Hymn because we love singing this wonderful tune. A great opportunity for everybody to kind of have a big hug with everyone else. If you're sitting with your friends, let us know what you thought of tonight on the comments, and keep watching throughout the week. We will be back next week. Next week, everybody, run back into our Thursday night sessions, 8 o'clock Central Time. Next week, we have the fabulous, amazing, super general badass John Stafford is going to join us. I don't know if you know John, Steve, but he has an amazing program of vocal jazz and traditional choral singers at Kansas City Community College. And just one of these unbelievable guys that is just fantastic. He's going to be on next week leading some songs. And he also has started this very interesting kind of discussion on Facebook about race that happened right after Ahmaud Arbery in Georgia was killed. And I applaud John so much because he's been really, really front and center about having this discussion in public. And I appreciate that a ton. So next week, John Stafford will join, and a big chance to give hugs to everybody there. So everybody joining us now, we're going to sing Finlandia Hymn. It's a great chance to give a big hug to all the folks you're singing with. Steve, pick a part. I'm going to sing the top line. If you'd like to just listen, that's totally understandable too. The great song all together. We'll start on this note right about here. That sounds about right for today. 2, 3, 4. This is my song, O God of all the nations. A song of peace for lands afar and wide. This is my home, the country where my heart is. Here are my hope, my dreams, my holy shrine. But other hearts in other lands are beating with all dreams and mine. Second verse and 1. My country's skies are blue, the oceans and sunlight beam on the deep and high. But other lands have sunlight too and blue. And stars everywhere as blue as mine. Oh, hear my song, the God of all the nations. A song of peace for them and for mine. Tremendous, everybody. Great singing. Prost to you. Excellent singing, Steve. That's great. Oh, it's so fun to see everybody. Now, I get to say a very hearty, interesting comment. You are the voice of the Oregon State Marching Band. My dear colleague, Sarah Langworthy, who is on vacation this week. Hello, Sarah. I know you're watching. She said hello from vacation earlier. Her husband, Jason Langworthy, is the voice of the Minnesota Marching Band. And we give him no endless amounts of shit about being the voice, and we love it. We absolutely love it, but it's just so fun. And I'm so glad to know that we have a fellow marching band announcer in the Beer Choir family. Okay, give us your best announcer voice, Steve. Tell everybody we're going to sing the Beer Choir theme song now.
So we I didn't know if you wanted me to do the voice I use with the marching band. I have to warn you, it's pretty obnoxious.
We love it. Bring it. Bring all of it.
Minnesota Park Choir, we bring it out with our last song. Actually, what song was it? I forget what you told me.
Oh my God, man.
Oh
amazing.
my God!
Wow, that is a level of super awesome. I am so amazing. See, look at. I met my wonderful husband in the U of M marching band. Marching band connects people, everybody. I tell you what, shout out to Jason Langworthy, Sarah Langworthy, and Steve for joining us tonight. We're going to sing the Beer Choir theme song, everybody. Join with me, raise a pint. The beer choir is the choir that sings while drinking beer. The beer choir is the choir that sings while drinking beer. The beer choir is the choir that sings while drinking beer. So bottoms up, cheers.
Let's
while
sing while
drinking
drinking
beer.
beer.
One more time, everyone, all together. The
Oh,
choir is the choir that sings while drinking beer.
The beer choir is the choir that sings while drinking beer.
The beer choir is the choir that sings while drinking beer. So bottoms up, cheers. Let's sing while drinking beer. Prost, everybody, prost. Oh, Jason Langworthy chimes in with a well done, Steve. Absolutely right. That is from a fellow football marching band announcer. Steve, an absolute pleasure, man. I really appreciate it. Not only last week's conversation, but today for pinch hitting at short notice. Thank you. You are awesome. I wish you nothing but best success going forward, man. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. It's been a true pleasure, Adam. All the best.
Prost to you, man. Take care. And good night, everyone. We will see you all in a little while. See you next week, everybody. Bye.